Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Lucas. What you're about to see on this video is information regarding classes that I am teaching this school year, 2020-2021. And on this video will be Algebra 1 / Advanced Math 8, Speech AB, and Speech S. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started right now. This picture is of Waikiki, Hawaii. I've lived there for a fairly long time. And so here's that picture on a nice sunny day. But let's go ahead and get some of the information. First, here's my email and my room. If we are to go back, how will my child be evaluated? If your child is taking a math class from me, it will be under a percentage system, 50% summative, which is quizzes and tests, and 50% formative, which is your homeworks and classworks. If your child is taking speech under me, it will be based on a point system, so notes and homework, quizzes, tests, and then later on the later quarters, speeches and public performances. Let's go ahead and zoom into Algebra 1 Advanced Math 8, and then I'm going to talk about Speech AB/S on the second portion of this video. The sources that I'm getting my materials from are from Dodea CCR Algebra 1 modules, Mathia Online, and I also heavily supplement the modules using CUDA and my own pieces of work to follow the scope and sequence for the Algebra 1 modules for Dodea. Supplies needed, at least a 3-inch binder to place graded work. I know the students have been printing out their work, so if you guys can grab a 3-inch binder, we'll be doing a lot of paperwork. I know some of the students have been using a composition book, and that is fine too, or 2 1.5-inch binders will be okay. Topics, we did a small review these past 2 weeks, and we're going to head into linear functions, quadratics, real-world scenarios involving those functions as well. And then they'll have a mix of classwork, homework, quizzes, tests, team summatives, and projects to solidify what they're learning. Homework submissions, there is a first turn-in date and last turn-in date. So let's talk about the first turn-in date, and it's usually due at the next class day. So here's a specific example. If the classwork homework is assigned on Monday, September 14th, then the first turn-in date will be on Wednesday, September 16th. If the student does not submit anything on that Wednesday, it will be marked as missing on GradeSpeed until the student turns it in. Okay, so when is the final date? Well, the final date, the last turn-in date in yellow, 30 HP Con C, the last turn-in date will be at the end of the week. So using that same week, everything must be done on Friday, September 18th at 5 p.m. And I'm doing that just because we're in a unique situation. I want to prevent a weekend homework, and that way all the topics are done for that week, then we can move on to the next week without any trail. During any time lower than HP Con C, so if we're going to go back, the last turn-in date will be before a test, which I usually have been doing. So we'll be cognizant about, of course, all these different type of HP Cons, and we'll just go from there, really. The tests, there'll always be a review before the test. The students can use a review sheet or even the review for the notes, depending. And there also are test corrections available for 50% points back. Here's an example. Say, for example, student scores 70 out of 100 and does the test corrections. He or she will get half of what they missed. So 30 divided by 2 will be 15 points back. So their new score now will be 85%, which is now a solid B, as opposed to this low C over here. I'm almost done with Algebra 1. Disciplinary reactions. They're already in 8th grade / high school, so I am going to privately talk to them one-on-one first to see what's going on, how their day went. Maybe there's something outside that I have no control of, and just talk to them one-on-one. If it's happening again, then the parents will be notified, plus principal notification and detention. But I haven't had any of these types of problems ever since I stepped into Dodea. So I hope this continues. I'm going to move on to speech, and actually it's going to be really similar slides. For speech A, B, and S, the sources, it's actually from an old book. The ISBN number is below, Essentials of Speech Communication, but because it's been printed in 2001, there's a lot of things that has gone already 19 years later. And so I've been supplementing some things such as, they don't talk about text messaging or text communication. So I supplement with those. Supplies needed, just as long as they have laptop and internet access, that's good to go. They're not required to print out anything. Actually, it's preferred that they just use the Google Doc that I provided for them. And then they turn that in and type the notes in there. Okay. Again, if you do not have a laptop at this time, you guys can request one from the school. Topics, this is a semester course, so either your student will be with me in quarter 1, quarter 2, semester 1, Or if you're watching this in January, February, it will be in quarter 3, quarter 4. Okay, so most of quarter 1 or / quarter 3 will be social psychology, interpersonal, self-talk, interpersonal group communication, how context affects the way we speak, generational context, friendship context, parental context, etc., verbal and non-verbal cues, self-awareness, really just looking at the student themselves as a whole, how they grew up, what type of experiences did they have that's affecting the way that they're speaking. So a lot of psychology is involved. And then after that, after their inner awareness or self-awareness, then we can get into our outside public speeches, which is going to be more of the quarter 2, quarter 4 side. They will be doing informative speeches, persuasive speeches, team speeches, impromptu. I'll teach them how to do that. Group panel discussions and drama skits if we have time. Classwork, homework tests, team summatives, and speeches performances will be in the mix of speech A, B, and S. Homework submissions, if you're watching this video and you kept going, it is going to be the same way as what I've done with my math classes. There will be a first turn-in date and there will be a last turn-in date. So the first turn-in date is usually in the next class day. If it was assigned on Monday, the first turn-in date will be on Wednesday. If the student doesn't submit anything, it will be marked as missing until the student turns it in. And the final turn-in date during HPCon-C will be at the end of the week on Friday to prevent weekend homework. And when we come back, it will be anytime. It will be before a test. Okay. Test will do the same way as well. More than likely, there will be a review sheet, or they can use the review for the test for speech. And there'll also be test corrections that the students can do. If the student scores 14 out of 20 and does test corrections, he or she will get half of those points back, which is 3. So 14 plus 3 will be 17 out of 20, which will be a higher score. We are almost done. Disciplinary actions will be the same for all classes. So first offense will be a 1-on-1 private talk because I just need to know what is going on. And then if it happens again, of course, then we will have that parent phone call and principal notification and detention. I know that this has been challenging times for not only the teachers, but really more so for you guys as parents and guardians, because not only that you have to have that role as a parent and guardian, but you also have to act as a monitor for your students just to make sure that they're doing their work. So I really want to commend you all for that, for taking that role as that monitor / teacher, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I do want to thank you guys for that hard work as well. I have met, quote unquote, all of the students online, but I am definitely looking forward to meeting them soon in person. So please contact me anytime if you guys have any questions or any concerns. Just let me know. I'll see you guys on the base sometime. Okay, all right, bye.